Troy McAllister from Phillips Academy High School in Chicago, Illinois at MaxPreps.com.
I love it. Thank you. Usually they don't do the thing. Coach McAllister, Chicago, Illinois.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I think just speak right into our program. We're the first Chicago public high school football team to ever win a state championship in Illinois. We've won 2 out of the past 3 state championships, and then we've played in 3 out of the past 4 state championship games. So we kind of built the program. Our first practice when we started in July of 2010, we had 12 players. And the last 5 years, we've kind of had a pretty special run and something that's never been done in the city of Chicago before.
I was out there at Wheaton Warrenville.
Yep.
I saw Lincoln Way East. I've
Yep.
seen Mount Carmel and York. And then you watch the basketball teams, with the Simeons and the Morgan Parks and the different success that they've had with Whitney and things like that. It's a basketball town. Would you say, more or less, it's a basketball city?
At times, yeah. That's one of the things we fight often is trying to get young men to play football. And I'm a basketball player, and it's like you're a 6'4" power forward. You could be a 6'4" stud receiver, stud tight end. But we're trying to change that perception.
Yeah.
And obviously, in Chicago public schools, it's basketball dominated, and in the state championships, year in, year out, there's 2 or 3 Chicago public schools that win a basketball championship. And for us in football to do it, and right now to be the only one, it's kind of special. We say to the young men in our program, you guys legit are making history because you're doing something that's never been done before.
Yeah. You hear it all the time, of how rough it is in Chicago right now. And you're at a public school in Chicago. What is it that every single day you have to work on with these kids and try to instill in them?
I think it's just, for us it's accountability. So it's like getting to school, being there on time, being there every day, not allowing any excuses. I get it, things are hard and they're difficult, but you still got to overcome. At the end of the day, nobody's going to care. But you have to care for yourself and have to overcome these obstacles and fight through. If you're going to be successful in life, you've got to be prepared.
What are some moments that really stand out to you? You talked earlier about these state championships and kind of those accolades that you've kind of been racking up of late, but what's like a memory or just a moment that kind of sticks out?
One moment, it's actually from our state championship game this year. We had a young man, Anthony Davis, who scored a touchdown in the game. He comes from a really tough background, and his mom's pretty sick and dealing with a lot of health issues. And as a junior, he broke his collarbone. As a senior, he broke his leg in week 4 and made it back for the state playoffs. And just to see what he had to fight with on a daily basis, and when he broke his leg, he had missed most of the year before. He was dejected, but he kept around and he kept doing what he was supposed to do and keeping his grades up and staying in shape. And then he got his opportunity in the state championship game, and he scored a touchdown. To me, that's kind of one of those moments like this kid, he had every excuse in the world not to be successful, and he was.
Man, it's one of those things when you're going through high school, right, and you're having all these emotions anyways because you're growing up.
Yeah.
You have people around you. You don't know what's going on. Your hormones are going. And then you want to play football and you can't. And then you want to play football and you can't. And then you get an opportunity. That's pretty cool. How about when it comes to overall as a program, where do you see yourselves in, say, 5 years?
Well, this year we're trying to take the next step and not just be a state power, but move on to the national stage. Our week 1 game is going to be on ESPN against Pickerington Central from Ohio. So we're really, they're a really strong team. But we're hoping to kind of have a great game there and just build it up. And obviously our goal in the next 5 years to be as the national power.
Okay.
And in Chicago and being a Chicago public school, it's a difficult task because we don't have the same resources, the same facilities as many other programs in our state, let alone across the country. But we're not going to accept that as an excuse. We're still going to push forward.
Yeah. Advice that you would give to high school athletes out there. You have a platform to be able to, not only talk to your own team right now in the locker room, but every locker room in the nation.
I think the biggest thing is just do what you're supposed to do, not what you want to do. And I think if you can use that statement right there and those words of advice, it's going to help you be successful. Whether you're the best player on your team or just somebody who gets a jersey on game day, it's going to help you at some point in your life.
Well, Coach, appreciate it. How does this honor affect you and the family, and just how does it really just encourage you to keep doing what you're doing?
Well, one, it's a free trip to LA, so my fiance and our 18-month-old son, we got to come out here and enjoy the trip.
I love the honesty. I mean, it's beautiful, right? Yeah, let's get away from Chicago.
And long term, I think this is it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And just kind of trying to soak it all in and interact and try to act like I belong with some of these pros here. But overall, it's enjoy the experience and hopefully use this as a platform to help grow high school coaches and what we do. Oftentimes it's thankless.
Yeah.
And Gatorade stepped in and really, top class. It's an awesome event.
Well, we want to say thank you as well for MaxPreps. It's an
Thank you.
honor to be around coaches like yourself. And Marcia that just came
she's
through,
awesome.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you start looking at you guys and what you do for years, and it's a true honor. So I appreciate it. I never was coached by you, but I wish I was. But thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.